From the beginning of our lives, we hope to receive pure and unconditional love and total reliance on our parents or caretakers to offer us the essential needs to grow and develop. So thank you for having us today. Today we are at BDD, Beirut Digital District, with the amazing author George Araman. He's also a relationship entrepreneur. So first, what's your story? Why did you write this book?
Hi, Abdullah. Hi, everyone. My story started a couple of years ago. I was actually friend-zoned by my ex-best friend, and I really wanted to find a solution. At first, of course, I played the victim, and I started mourning, and why me, and why that? But then, after around a week, I said, you know what, I've been into personal development for quite some time. Why don't I apply what I know? So I read more than 200 books, more than 1,200 plus articles.
Oh.
I did an in-depth experiment to prove that my theories are right, and I put it all inside a book.
Wow.
In short, this is what I would say is my story, of why I wrote this book.
So there is a lot of books, especially about love and relationship for a long time.
Sure.
So what's so unique about your book?
There are a couple of things. First, from all the books I've read, all the people that I've been following and studying, I've never found a book that actually takes you on a step-by-step guide from where you are to where you want to be. I've seen that in personal development, but not in relationships.
Okay.
So this is one of the reasons what I try to do, whether you're single and you want to be in a passionate relationship, whether you're friend-zoned and you want to go out with your friends, or if you have been married or in a relationship for years and you've lost the sparks, how to recreate the sparks as well. I can take you by the hand on a step-by-step guide from where you are to where you want to be. This is one of the things.
Nice.
Another concept that you will only find in the book is actually throughout, thanks to all the research that I did, I also came up with something that I've never seen anywhere. I came up with the concept of 8 characters. And more specifically, if you've heard about Myers-Briggs personality test, I'm actually working on developing the first and only relationship personality assessment for you to discover which of the 8 characters you are in a relationship. And then I will be taking you on a 30-day challenge to take you from the person that you are to the ideal romantic partner.
Nice. That's amazing. So this character test is in the book, or you are going to...
You can actually find the personality test on the website.
Oh, okay.
We're still working on it, so it should be done within 1 month.
Okay.
Depending on when the video is going to go live.
Yeah.
So,
It's called The Grey Dance of Love.
yes.
Why did you pick this name?
When I was actually working on the concept of the book, I saw lots of dualities, and from masculine, feminine, black and white, emotional, science. So I've always wanted to have a blend of both, and I really believe it's one of the theories I have in my book that is about the balance between the two. It's the fusion between the two. They both complement each other, and both man and woman should be both masculine and feminine, black and white, emotional and rational, scientific, blah, 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 blah.
So that's why you said it's the dance. You have to
Yes.
dance between.
Yes, it's all about the dance. You dance between being masculine and being feminine, between being rational, between being more emotional, between adventures, between...
Even the cover of the book, it's like cold, blue, and red.
Yes, it was actually the analogy of fire and ice, when they collide and create the spark.
Our question is why the divorce rate is going higher and higher every year.
I have two main points around that. The first has been talked a lot about it, I believe, which is, for example, communication, basically resentment, that a lot of couples tend to have resentment and they keep things for themselves, they don't really communicate, and all this concept has been overly talked about, which is very valid and very interesting. But I also have my own personal take to that.
Which is?
I believe that we are looking at relationships in not the right way. It's always about me, 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 me.
Okay.
So it's about individual growth versus couple growth. And I believe it's a blend of both.
It's about the team.
Yes, it's important. Of course, it's important for us as persons to grow individually, like my needs, your needs, but we should also have common needs. So it's not like you, like not you versus me. It's you and me, and you and I.
Against the world, etc.
Yes. Or with the world.
Yeah. That's nice. So you talked in your book about the 3 stages or the 3 types of relationships. Can you explain this more?
With pleasure. So I found that throughout the ages, throughout the years, there are 3 different types of, 3 different stages where we tend to dance between them.
Okay.
You have the first one, which is the stage of passion, and I'm talking mainly here about relationships, not just dating. So it's more when you're with a partner.
Okay.
It can be down to dating, but this is more specific to relationships.
Okay.
So what happens is that we can either start with stage 1 or stage 2.
Okay.
And stage 1 and stage 2 are basically ego stages. And it's conditional love. So one is nice, each has its own positive, each has its own negative, and each of the stages has its own purpose. But what tends to happen is that a lot of people tend to get stuck in stages 1 or stage 2. And ideally, where we need to be is stage 3.
Which is?
So it's the balance stage. Stage 1 is merely about the passion, where in general, I'm generalizing, the man is the masculine, is very masculine, and the woman is more feminine, so that it's really like the opposite attract, where this is collision, the physical chemistry is very intense.
Yes.
And the second stage is basically, since our audience is basically in the region, I'm going to say the mad host. It is what it is. It's where the woman is taming or dominating over the man, where she becomes masculine and the man becomes feminine. Again, there are hormones and biology in play, so it's not just because of a whim or... So there's a whole process from biology to psychology, and we do talk about it in the book and other places. And the third stage is actually embracing both stages and taking it a step further, where you start dancing between masculine and feminine, deep intimacy, etc.
So you talked about the first stage and the second stage. So what do you think are the most common problems that anyone or any person make when he start getting into a relationship?
One of the main problems that we face is that we assume a lot. This is the first thing. The second thing is that there's something that in general we don't really grasp, is that there are 2 different types of skill sets.
Okay.
So we have dating skills and we have relationship skills. While some of us are really good in dating skills, the bad boys, bad girls, they're really good at it. They can create sparks just like that. They are very, very, very lousy when it comes to relationships. And the other way around. The nice guy and the nice girl, they're brilliant when it comes to relationships, but they're terrible when it comes to dating. And we unfortunately or fortunately need both set of skills.
So these are the skills that they need to develop the relationship.
Yes.
So you can't be good with relationships and you are not good with dating. How can you get into relationship?
You need to develop both set of skills. So if you have good relationship skills, you need to develop your dating skills. And this can be done very easily. You can go, honestly, you can go on Google nowadays, just go and find any PUA artist or pickup artist, and just, you can have lots of tips and tricks to do that. I can give you just one which is very powerful right now. It's very known, it's eye contact. You talked about it in your workshop last time.
Sure.
It's actually something I learned from Andrew Marshall, who's one of the leading English therapists, and he did mention that, and actually there was a study by Dr. Araman, let's see, I don't recall his last name, that proved that if you look at a stranger if you go and you look at a stranger for 5 minutes in the eyes, you actually develop very strong, not necessarily feelings,
Connection.
but yeah, connection. That's the right word. So this is one of the most important things when it comes to creating this connection, and it's very good for dating.
Nice.
This is like one of them.
So as you see, this book is amazing as its author. So, but the problem is, all of this is knowledge. All of this is information. If you don't act on it, it will never work.
I agree.
So, by the way, this book is going to be released on
Amazon on October 8th.
October 8th. So stay tuned for this big release, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.